Hey, good evening, everybody. Mark Gassert, Sales Concepts, and via Mark's message, Peachtree Corners, the peachiest place on the planet. And hope everybody had a magnificent Monday. I know I did, and I was already prepared. And it's that time of year, that time of year. So, and I'm not talking about Christmas, it's that time of year to close things out. So, let me ask you a question here. Just hypothetical, right? How would you accelerate your sales process in doubling your revenue? And how would you double the number of engagements? And let's say, just for fun and games, your life depended on it. How would you go about doing that? Better yet, how would you implement this process? So, what is Mark Gasser talking about? Well, very simply, we have something coming up here, and it'll be taking place December 16th, Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. It's 1 hour of pure engagement, and this will be another episode, The 6 Components of Closing a Sale. Okay? And that's what we're going to be talking about Wednesday, 11 a.m. That's the 16th of December. We're getting closer to that day, though, right? But I'm not talking about Christmas. And it'll take place 11 a.m. Eastern and 8 a.m. Pacific. And once again, the 6 components of closing a sale. We're going to cover those particular items, action items, or statements, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just going to go through the process here. And tomorrow I'm going to pick this up and get a little bit more intense. I know it's only Monday, but I just want to put it out there. And let's take a look at, what exactly am I talking about? And when you get into all this fun stuff, when you talk about the close as a logical conclusion to any ordinary salesperson. And we discuss, and that's what we'll be doing on Wednesday, December the 16th, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, 6 critical elements in closing and how they impact your ability to win business. And we all want to win at something. It could be business, it could be fundraising, it could be something you're trying to project out there. That's relative to sales, because when we break it down its purest form, we're all trying to secure something. We're all trying to portray something. We're all trying to win at something, right? So closing can be difficult for salespeople when they have not earned, there's that word, earn the right to close. And ways for the closing, particularly the economic buyer, you need to be talking to the right person, the final decision maker, you don't want to call them that, are reviewed and discussed. So when we break it down, what in good Lord are we talking about here, Mr. Mark? Well, let's look at the first one. All right. Prospect accepts your value proposition. Okay. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. I'm not getting into that tonight. We do want you to join us on the workshop. I may touch on some of these things tomorrow. And then number 2, uncover key specific needs. That's the second thing we're going to cover. Number 3, identify and engage the economic buyer, or as some people call them, decision maker. All right? And then number 4, building a consensus that accepts your solution and ability to provide it. We're going to cover that as well. Number 5, presenting solution, overcome objections or concerns. That's fairly important, wouldn't you say? And here's my all-time favorite, paint word pictures. Love this one. Get people to imagine things. Get people to visualize it, to see it. Get them to close their eyes and say, hey, can you picture this, 6 months from now, your salespeople, each one of them is going to secure a new business opportunity for you. Wouldn't that be magnificent? So those are some of the things that we're talking about. I'm going to pull up a comment since we have it here, and look who it is. Ted Legal Beagle. Hey, Ted, how you doing? Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. So these are some of the things when you talk about closing, and I'm going to go back to that question again. So what and how would you accelerate the sales process in doubling your revenue? How would you do it? And how would you double the number of engagements? Okay. There's the man himself, Mr. JR. I think we have a date tomorrow, sir. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that right, JR? And then how would you implement the process? I'm going to do it again. How would you accelerate the sales process in doubling your revenue? And then how would you double the number of engagements? Most important of all, your plan of action. How would you implement this process? Just thinking about these things, gets my wheels, gets my juices going, gets things flowing, and I'm not specifically just talking about the sales game, but if you join us Wednesday, I think you're going to find some things out that we offer at Sales Concepts. And this is going to be a customized 1 hour, 60-minute pure engagement type of environment you're going to be involved with in terms of you'll have people from various industries, titles, positions. We could have soothsayers, magicians. I'm just kidding. I like to have fun when I do this. I just can't be straight up deadpan serious about all this stuff because we are talking about training. And at times it is subjective, but it says right here, your program so far sounds great. Well, thank you, Ted. And let me explain to you how you can climb on board that train. If you care and choose to join us, I will show you here. I'm just going to do one thing here. You can see it ticking down here. And what I'm going to do is put it up there for everybody to see. And here we go. I'll show it this way. Whoops. Take the scroll off. My bad. And there we are. So 6 components of closing a sale, December 16th, 11 a.m., 12 noon Eastern, or 8 a.m. Pacific to 9 a.m. Pacific. And here's how you can climb on board. You go to www.salesconcepts.com/closing. Better yet, you can go check out our website as well. I'm going to put my contact info up here. If you choose, connect with me, mgassert@salesconcepts.com. There's my direct line. I will pick up. Obviously, the first item there is my email address. And then you can go check us out very thoroughly right here. Whoops, somehow the com didn't happen there. I wonder what happened. Anyway, salesconcepts.com. That's what that should be. No biggie. All got to adapt, improvise, and overcome, right? So it's no big deal. We'll just hit it. Boom-o. Show it again. Hey, look at that. There it is. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be flexible and don't take yourself too serious about all this. But here's my challenge to you. If you work out, if you like to make money, if you enjoy public speaking, if you like to Christmas shop, if you like to live stream, sooner or later, you've got to practice. You've got to work at it. And I always challenge people that like to work out and exercise. Why do you do it? To stay healthy, to get better. Okay, so what's the point of all this? Why would you not want to invest in you? And yes, it's $139. You can see it right there in yourself. And take care of you for a change. Just like physically you take care of you, some of you, and go to the gym religiously, this will be a sound investment. Now, there are some, you may have all the answers to this. And if you do, outstanding. I applaud you. For those that want to take things to the next level, climb on board. Come see us. And here it is again. I'm going to share it. The 6 components of closing a sale. This will be a virtual interactive workshop December 16th, 11 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern. And for all you West Coasters, that's 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's still $139. However, if and when you sign up, if you tell me after you go through this 1 hour pure engagement and you decide that you cannot apply this content to your marketplace or within your marketplace, I will gladly refund the $139 to you. Let me say it again. When you decide you're going to register for this, and there's the link to register, salesconcepts.com/closing, and you go through this workshop on Wednesday the 16th at 8 a.m., and you call me back, and as you can see, there's my phone number right there. Call me direct and say, Mark, I got absolutely nothing out of this. There was no value whatsoever. I can't apply a nickel, dime, whatever to this. I will refund your $139. That is a fact. You have my word on that. We got some more comments. Look at this. Man, you got people coming up here. He says, hi, coach. Thank you, JR. Appreciate that. Ted, your program, we touched on that. Thank you, Ted. Can you purchase the training after the live stream? Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. You can go on there right now. Ted, you seriously can. Very much looking forward to tomorrow night at 7. Coach Gassert will be on sharing more about successful business practice and how to do it better. JR, thank you so much. By the way, I am very much looking forward to being on. I'm very humbled that JR asked me to be part of his program tomorrow night. That's 7 p.m. Eastern. And for you West Coasters, that's 4 p.m. Sorry about that. But you know what? Like Jeffrey Gitomer once said, the only time there ever is Eastern. I'm kidding, but that's what they tell me anyway in the real world. But Ted, to go back to your question, absolutely. You can go on there right now to the website within our company and take care of business. If you need me to help you tomorrow, you can call me and I can get you processed. No worries. So, and he says, cool, after the new year, I'm in. You have a great teaching mind. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And we'd love to have you too. You know, it doesn't have to be now. And by the way, if you go to the link, which I'll go up here and show you, ladies and gentlemen, if you will take a look at this, this is what's kind of cool. You can actually go to this link, salesconcepts.com, go under workshops, and it will pull all the workshops we have from now till we get into 2021. So that's what's neat about it. And you can pick and choose which ones you want to partake of. There are some people that sign up for 2 or 3. I have one individual that signed up for, I think it's all 6 of them. So, for the new year. So we'd love to have you. And that's really why I came on here again. But before I leave, let's look at those 6 again. It just kind of intrigues me. We're talking about the close as a logical conclusion to an orderly sales process. There's that word, orderly. And we discussed the 6 critical elements of closing and how they impact your ability to win business. And that could mean, even if you are, fundraising, it could mean from you're trying to build a network of people. These are all things that are relative. And, then we get into what is closing. Problems from the beginning of the sales process don't show up till the end of the sales process. And the 6 key elements that we discussed were, number 1, prospect accepts your value proposition. We'll talk about that tomorrow, a little bit about what a value proposition is and how you can go about crafting one, whether it's email as well as, verbally. Uncover key specific needs. That's number 2. Number 3 was identify and engage the economic buyer. Okay. Number 4, building a consensus that accepts your solution and ability to provide it. Number 5, presenting solution, overcoming objections or concerns. And that's when you really get into it, man. And I love the engagement process when they say no, because that is when you're truly engaging with the other person, whether it's sales or having a debate. I love that. And here's my all-time favorite. Being in the trade show industry, the special events industry, painting word pictures. And that is a unique ability. There are some that tell great stories and incorporate the word picture within. And when you can do that and get people to actually visualize and see what you're trying to talk about, you, my friend, are on the right path. So anyway, do not forget tomorrow. And there it is for the last time. The 6 components of closing a sale, December 16th. And that's Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern to 12 noon Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific to 9 a.m. Pacific. I'll be on here tomorrow morning to go over some more of the detail of this, but feel free to take a look at our website, which is here. There's my personal contact info, mgassert@salesconcepts.com. There's my direct phone number. Knock it out of the park, have at it. And here is our company website. So we will talk about all these things with you. And we have another comment coming up here. Let's see what we got here. Well, we got JR and Mr. Ted. My favorite sales phrase, visualize the sale. Well, thank you, Ted. Yeah, I think we all need to. And that's what it's all about. But most important of all, excuse me, I've been talking too much today, which means it's time to go, right? Most important of all is helping somebody, putting them in a position to win. And we always like to ask people at Sales Concepts, how do you help your customers win within the marketplace? How do you help them secure more business opportunities? How many customers do your customers have? Can you name the top 5 that your customers have? And when you start doing things of that nature, that's when you really know you're rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, this is an extension of Mark's message. So with that, be a leader, be a friend, be a service, and I will see you tomorrow morning. I'm going to come on here again one more time, and we're going to talk about the 6 components of closing a sale. Once again, be a leader, be a friend, be a service. And as always, 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 you and I standing together in that batter's box of life. I will do it here, even though it's via Sales Concepts. If we keep swinging for the fences, eventually, you and I will, knock it out of the park. Once again, this was Mark's message via Sales Concepts at the peachiest place on the planet, Peachtree Corners. I will see you tomorrow morning to further discuss the 6 components of closing a sale. Thank you to everyone that joined me this evening and for sharing. And we have one more comment, I believe, here. Hi, Mark, Ted, JR. Look who it is, the very deep thinking wonder himself, Robert Brooker. And he can accentuate a live stream podcast to the nth degree. Yes, he can. He's an accelerator. And Robert, before I leave here, I was talking about blessed to be here. Thank you, Robert. How would you accelerate your sales process and doubling your revenue? How would you double the number of engagements? And most important of all, how would you implement this process? So that's what we're talking about when you delve into the 6 components of closing a sale. And tomorrow morning, I will further investigate, uncover, as you will, those 6 in a little bit more detail. With that, everybody, have a very sensational, magnificent Monday. I will see you tomorrow, Tuesday, in the AM to further talk about this. Thanks again, everybody, for being here, for sharing, for caring, and as always, be a leader, be a friend. Most important of all, be of service. I will see you tomorrow.